Hello and welcome to Jan's Chats and Reacts. Today we're going to look further into this particular video by the alleged psychologist and just see what she's got to say about Lilibet. The title of her video is They Took Lilibet. Why? Lies surrounding the girl. So, okay, let's get on with it.
Now, there is a birth record of a Mary Diana in California that was born around the same time as allegedly Lily Diana.
Do you know what's quite amazing is how dumb this person is? She obviously comes from England, as I do. Well, I don't actually come from there, but hey, you know what I mean. And I don't think she's sort of very worldly wise, I'll put it that way. And it seems that she thinks, yeah, well, you know, this baby was born in California. She's got no idea what size California is. But yeah, you carry on, Missy.
Now, I wonder if the baby was conceived, and now I'm going to say baby, and I do not believe for 1 second this is their child. Now, someone did send me a picture of this, and
yeah, I've already gone over her sources. We know what her sources are. We've got Reddit, we've also got Cora. She probably reads the Sun newspaper and the Mirror newspaper and the Express, but yeah, okay, your sources. All right.
I'm going to kind of think about, because at the end of the day, this is another family. So this child, even though this child is a real child, she was born, but she is with another family. So I don't feel it's fair to put anything up about who they are. I'm just
You haven't got a clue. That's why you can't put anything up about who they are, because there is no they. But yeah, okay, you carry on spurting your nonsense. Yeah. I have to say, I recently discovered a few other channels that also have some considerable thoughts and evidence on the way Prince Harry and Meghan are treated over here. Good for them. That's what I say. But I'm still going to be calling this one out. This alleged psychologist.
Just going to mention that here. So I'm not putting up any pictures in regards to that. I'm sure that if you do your own research, you can find them yourself. But I'm not going to do that. So what I suspect is, I have been told that this was an adoption that was going to happen, but the adoption didn't go ahead purely with Meghan and Harry, purely and simply because there was issues with Meghan and there was issue with money.
Okay.
So I have a feeling.
So what you're going to say? They didn't have enough money? Is that what you're going to say? Okay.
The child was conceived on around September 2020.
Can you imagine going to a mental health establishment and being allocated a psychologist, and you get somebody like this, an alleged psychologist, who she's got spiteful written all over her face. Can you imagine? I can't.
Now, what's interesting is the timeline of the miscarriage is November 2020. Now, even though
I have to stop there, because I cannot believe that this woman calls it a miscarriage. Seriously? A miscarriage. You know, every time I watch this person, I am increasingly more disgusted with not only what she says, but also what she tries to plant in other people's minds. But I can't keep saying disgusting. I'm still looking for another word, guys.
It says on there that I think it happened in July. Now, what I find interesting is the fact that this was come out on November 2020. Now, this would have been around the time that, in my opinion, that Beatrice and Eduardo would have conceived their child.
Oh, right. So she's going to tie them both in together. Okay. Beatrice is Prince Andrew. You know, that wonderful, wonderful bastion of British gentlemanship, if there's such a word. Yeah, Prince Andrew. Beatrice is his daughter. Poor girl. That's all I can say about that.
So it's I wonder if, to me,
I wonder
they
if
were
to
possibly
me,
going to tell the royal family or something, or that it was going to come out that they were expecting.
okay,
And Meghan, as we know, likes to take the limelight.
of course.
So decided to write about this miscarriage,
Yeah,
because the timing of this seems a little bit suspect. You know, they would have
I tell you what, suspect is you. You're the most suspect person that I've seen on YouTube for a very long time, and I watch a lot of true crime. So yeah, okay, let's get into what you think is suspect, shall we?
conceived, because their child was born in 2021 in September. So if you take this back, then around November would have been when they conceived, and so it was very possible that they were going to announce their pregnancy.
Okay, so it's very possible. Very possible. Who said that then? Who says it's very possible? On Quora? Was it somebody on Quora said that? Was it like someone on Reddit? I mean, who said this? That's something that I've noticed with this person is she shows absolutely no evidence of what she claims, and whatever she does show is just embarrassingly bad.
So Meghan gets in before that and stops that from happening, because if you think about it, she's now written about this miscarriage, and then
But I'm trying not to get annoyed every time she says miscarriage, but I'm struggling, guys. I really am struggling. So okay, let's just get this straight. Meghan knew somehow that Beatrice was going to say that she was pregnant. Okay. So because Meghan is obviously psychic, she decided she's going to write. She's going to write something. Well, where does she write it? Where does she write it? On Reddit? Quora? Daily Mail? I mean, okay. So she's decided that on the off chance that Beatrice may be pregnant, although there's nobody said anything yet, she's going to write this. Okay. This all makes sense. It's as clear as mud. Like this woman's head.
next thing Eduardo and Beatrice then mentioned, it would have taken away from their announcement, because they would have probably got slammed for being insensitive, and B, people were talking about this, so
okay,
it would take away from the happy occasion.
All right. So what we have to realize, just remember this though, guys. This is supposition. Okay, this isn't a real life story. Okay, this is supposition, and another word for it is a fake narrative. This person here, this supposed alleged psychotherapist, psychoanalysis person, just makes things up on the fly. But the problem is, she's not bright enough to do it. So that's why she stumbles along trying to throw out facts when they're not facts at all. They're not facts.
So I think that was a ploy. I think this was a ploy. I think she did this on purpose.
Yep.
Because then what's also interesting is that when they did announce their pregnancy,
Yeah.
they did it on their wedding, Harry and Meghan's wedding anniversary. So again.
Oh, so what does that mean then? Beatrice was playing tit for tat? Billy? Oh, okay. Maybe they all play tit for tat in the royals, in the royal circles. Who knows? Well, we know that this pleb, she seems to know. She's there, guys. She's that fly on the wall.
And they would have known this.
Of course they would.
And when Meghan and Harry announced their pregnancy of Lily, I believe, Fergie, their mother, then posted a picture of, I think, her wedding outfit on social media on the same day. So
do you know what's so amazing to me is how this person, this alleged psychologist, is meant to, works in the mental health sector in over here in Blighty, and has way too much time on her hands to be or being concerned with royal stories. This woman is obsessed, I tell you, absolutely obsessed.
Their announcement went out and then she posted, which I think was having a go at them.
Oh.
And this is all because...
it's so funny, with these people, she's making it all up and she goes along and she hasn't got a bloody clue. Right, let's move on. Let's move on a bit to the Lilibet. The Lilibet story, because I'm sorry, but I'm just getting bored with this. Right, let's see what she says about Lilibet.
We get to the phone call. So apparently, allegedly, Harry spoke to his grandmother and said about having the name. Now, it is very possible that they did speak, and it was the original name of Mary that Harry spoke to her about and said, we would...
Well, maybe the Queen didn't mind. Maybe the Queen was like, getting a bit deaf in her old age. It's easy to muddle up the name Mary with Lilibet. I mean, they sound a bit similar, wouldn't you say?
Like to name the child Diana Mary, in which case the Queen probably would be like, well, that's lovely, thank you. That's why the Queen is never...
This is what makes me laugh about her. She's like, yeah, what's that? Well, then the Queen would be like, oh, that's lovely, thank you. Listen, little Miss Alleged, you haven't got a clue. You know nothing. Stop reading garbage forums and garbage websites. It's going to get you in trouble. Twonk.
There's never been any full denial of this phone call. And we know that the royal family don't come out and do tit for tat. And it's a case...
Well, you just said that Beatrice's mum, Fergie, was playing tit for tat. So get your story right. Either they do play tit for tat or they don't. Just all these contradictions going round and round in circles just get us nowhere.
So, recollections may vary because obviously, in a way, Harry and Meghan are telling the truth. So again, because they probably did call, or Harry did call his grandmother and say, we'd like to take the name, but it was the name Mary.
Well, as I said, maybe Queen Elizabeth II thought Mary was similar to Lilibet. I mean, where are we going? Where are we going with this?
Or very possibly even Elizabeth.
Okay.
Now, I'm more inclined to believe, given the fact that the domain name was Diana Mary, that they actually called and said, we would like to take the name Mary.
Okay.
And in which case the Queen agreed. Now, what has come out, obviously, is that they're now switching that and saying that they come out and they said the name Lilibet, and the Queen agreed. I don't believe that. And I think that they're just using the fact that a phone call happened, possibly, and that they said, we'd like to take the name Mary. And so they're lying, basically. But because of the fact that the Queen doesn't come out and say, well, actually, this is what really happened.
Yeah.
Again, people are left to kind of go, did it, didn't it?
Well, most of us are like, well, we don't care. I mean, why does it matter to you? Little you with your bloody sparkles in your hair. Listen. If I went along for my therapy session and somebody was sat there with tinsel in her hair, I'd sort of be side-eyeing them. I'd be like, you sure? You sure? It might look cute on a little girl, on a little 4-5-year-old girl, but on a 40-something alleged therapist, nah. I'm sorry, but nah.
But I don't believe for 1 second that they rung the Queen and said, we would like to take the name for Lilibet for the child, and the Queen went, yeah, no, absolutely fine. I'm going to talk a little bit about this name. So I've got some.
Right, okay, so she's back on the old Reddit forum. Right, okay, now where's that? She's like, now where's that bit that somebody said this? Where was it? Oh, it's got to be there somewhere. Let me see what garbage I can come up with.
Notes here. So it says, until the birth of the Duke and Duchess of the Sussex daughter, it was a name associated with only one woman in the world. For decades, Lilibet has been the late Queen's cherished nickname, used only by those closest to the former monarch. This was due to Princess Elizabeth, when she was a toddler, couldn't pronounce her own name. Now,
right, okay. What are you getting at? What are you getting at?
Royal names have always been steeped in history, and when the late Queen was born on April the 21st, 1926, it was no different. Her parents then, the Duchess of York, chose the name Elizabeth Alexandra Mary for their firstborn in honour of the baby's mother, while her two middle names are those of her great-grandmother and grandmother, descended from the Hebrew name.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm bored silly. I mean, what does it matter? And what business is it of yours? Jump ahead. She's getting right on my nerves tonight.
Mother, while they were on their honeymoon, he wrote, Lilibet is the only thing in the world which is absolutely real to me, and my ambition is to wield the two of us into a new combined existence that will not only be able to withstand the shocks directed at us, but will also have a positive existence for good. Cherish Lilibet. And I think he absolutely succeeded that, because they were just such a beautiful couple in my.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course they were. In your opinion, what does your opinion mean, though? Your opinion to me means diddly squat. Put it that way. I think you're a racist piece of shite. But anyway, sorry about that outburst. Let's carry on.
My opinion. He goes on to say, I wonder if that word is enough to express what it is in me. Does one cherish one's sense of humour, or one's musical ear, or one's eyes?
What?
I am not sure, but I know that I thank God for them, and so very humbly I thank God for Lilibet and us. Do you know, that makes me a bit sad.
I told you, she's obsessed. She is obsessed. Look at this. Just watch this.
When the Duke died in April 2021, his beloved wife of 73 years left a handwritten note. Husband's coffin, signing it Lilibet. Oh gosh, wow. Reaction to that.
Yeah. Do you know, I've got to say, right, I watched this through. Oh God, it was painful. This is her reaction to a letter that Prince Philip supposedly wrote to his wife. How did she get this letter? Why is she sticking her nose in and then getting all emotional over it? Maybe concentrate on what you're purporting to be, which is an alleged psychologist. Instead of getting all teary-eyed over a love letter that you don't even know is true. You haven't got a bloody clue. Stupid woman. Okay, so I think the point she's trying to make is that Lilibet was the Queen's childhood nickname. All right. That was when she was a child, though, wasn't it? So she carried it all the way through and told her husband. So her husband called her that as well. All right. What's the big deal? What is the big deal? No doubt this pleb's going to tell us. All right, go on then.
The Duke of Edinburgh was the last remaining royal to call her by this moniker. Little wonder then that there was such consternation when less than 2 months later the Sussexes announced on their Archewell site the birth of their second child and released the name Lilibet Diana. The statement read, Lily is named after her great-grandmother, the Majesty the Queen, whose family nickname is Lilibet. Harry said he spoke with his family in advance of the announcement. In fact, his grandmother was the first family member he called. During that conversation, he shared their hope of naming their daughter Lilibet in her honour. Had she not been supported, they would not have used that name. And again, this is why I think the phone call did happen. If I'm
Here we go. We're going off on another story now. Pay attention. Here we go. Because this lady, well, I can't even call her a lady, really. This, whatever you want to call her, thinks otherwise. Let's hear what she's got to say.
Honest, and I feel that he asked her for the name Mary. I don't believe he asked her for the name Lilibet.
That's what you think, though. Yeah. So it. Oh, Lordy, Miss Claudie. This woman drives me nuts.
So, however, apparently a source suggested that the Queen was told about the name after the baby was born, rather than her permission being sought in advance. Apparently, and this is what breaks my heart, told aides, Harry and Meghan naming the child Lilibet took only one thing she owned. She went on to say, I don't own the palaces, I don't own the paintings, the only thing I have is my name, and now they've taken that.
Who said that? Who said that? And if you're talking about our Queen, I want proof. Because you must have seen it somewhere. She must have sent you a letter, phoned you, whatever, sent you an email telling you that, yeah? You wouldn't have picked that up from Reddit or what's the other one? Oh, Lordy, Miss Claudie. Cora. That's the other one. You wouldn't have just got it from there, would you? Or all the other sites where all they do is slag off the royals. You wouldn't have taken it from there, no. Because you're an authentic psychotherapist. Alleged. Okay.
I think Meghan leaked the nickname, forcing Harry to double down and go along with it. I believe if a conversation happened, then I suspect, like I say, that Harry made it seem as though it would be the name Elizabeth or Mary being used. So when the BBC correctly put out they had not asked the Queen, Harry and Meghan threatened to sue them. They wanted them to retract it, but this never materialised. And I would imagine because they knew that the truth was that they did ask in regards to Mary. So I think, again, that's why they never materialised with the lawsuit.
She knows it all, guys. She knows it all. And we're going to stop there because I've had enough. I've had enough of her crapola. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Can we believe it? Can we believe what this alleged psychotherapist has to say? Or can we believe the other haters online? And trust me, there are plenty of them out there who will say just about anything to have a dig at Harry and Meghan. What do you believe? I know what I believe. I believe this woman needs to concentrate on other things, because I tell you what, this isn't doing her any favours. She's just coming across as being like really, really hateful. And I don't like hateful people. Just stop it. Ridiculous. Anyway, if you like this video, give me a like, thumbs up, whatever. If you fancy subscribing to this channel, I'm going to be doing many more of these as we discover what more is going on in this woman's head. Someone who cries over reading a letter. Yeah. Okay. All right. You take care of yourselves out there, because I tell you what, it's a rotten old world. But I will definitely see you in the next one. If you ever fancy coming to one of my live streams, I do a live stream on a Wednesday, which is called Wellness Wednesday, when we just sit and chew the fat. We don't talk about any drama that's going on online. We just sit and we chat. Sometimes we have a main topic, other times we just go with the flow. So if you fancy a chilled place to come on a Wednesday at normally about 10:30 GMT time, you'll find me and a few others who are just basically chatting away, as we like to do. I also do a Drama Friday, which is where I go over the drama in certain areas of YouTube. Oh, that's great fun. So yeah, we get down and dirty sometimes on there. So it's up to you. But my channel does have a lot of different things on it. I'm also an artist, and occasionally I'll do a tutorial. I haven't done one for a while. Maybe I should get my finger out and do that. Anyway, so as I said before, I very rudely interrupted myself. You take care of yourselves out there, because it is a rotten old world. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.